So what portion of Dralta's backstory will we get this time? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Season 2, Episode 5 of Castlevania Nocturne. And last time, Maria got to be, an absolute badass and kill her father. Sounds wild to say it, but I mean, within the context, yeah. And I understand that the show is going to try to paint her as being in the wrong or going down to like some dark path now, getting too like aggressive or whatever else. But I still stand by that she did nothing wrong there. It was something that needed to be done as a way to purge evil. It's no different than them killing vampires. It is no different. So I'm going to move on from that and talk about other things like Annette and her visions that she has to figure out, talking to these spirits and everything. Annette's character arc here is clearly going to be like figuring out what the hell is going on with all of this and then gaining some new powerful upgrade through it. I don't know exactly what it's going to lead to, but it's going to probably be pretty interesting. Richter, weirdly enough, kind of feels like he's taking a back seat in this series. Unlike with the original series where Trevor did feel like kind of the main character, in this, Richter rather, really doesn't. Honestly, Maria feels more like the main character. Maybe even Annette. Trevor, it definitely, I keep saying Trevor now. Richter definitely feels more like a supporting role. On the same level as Juiced. Orox and Mizrak are definitely side characters. But it's like, I'm really surprised that Richter doesn't feel more like the main character. And I'm sure by the end of the season he will. I'm sure he'll get like this big final battle that'll help him kind of feel more important again. But as of now, he feels more supporting cast to the girls, which I'm not complaining about at all, because the honestly the female characters here are the better characters. They're more interesting, have a lot more depth, and I just care about them a lot more. Not to say that Richter is bad, or Juiced, or again Mizrak, or anyone else, but they're just kind of there. They exist comparatively, and just don't feel like they hold as much weight to them. At least in this season. In season 1, Richter, I would say, felt more like the main character, but in this season, it definitely feels more like Maria or Annette. Which is ironic because I kept forgetting Annette's name. Now I remember it, though. I'm like trying to drill it into my head, you know? I'm very curious to see where this continues to go. Because we only have a few episodes left. Like, I think there's 8 episodes total, right? So there's 4 episodes including this one. And we're probably going to start getting into a lot heavier shit now that we're in the second half. We know Dralta got away with the mummy. So whatever's going on with her and Erzsébet is going to get a lot worse. That's lovely. Yeah, I'm really curious to see where this ends up going. And are we even going to defeat Erzsébet this season? Or is that going to have to wait till like another season? I don't know if there's any other seasons greenlit. I don't remember. I don't remember if I heard anything about that. If I did, I don't remember. There might be. It's possible. I could believe it. I mean, the first series had like what, 4 or 5 seasons, something like that. So it's not unbelievable at all. That being said, I think we should get into this and see what this episode has in store for us. So let's just check this out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, it's trying really hard to like push this entire idea of like, oh, she killed her father and now she's going down this dark path. The darkness is consuming her, and it's like, give me a break. Again, it's no different than if she had killed a vampire. It's like, it's no different. The only difference is that it's her father. That it was like someone directly connected with her. But to be fair, she didn't even always know that. Right? She didn't even always know that he was her father. She didn't have any real relationship with him. If she had had some kind of like relationship with him, even if it wasn't like particularly the most loving, then at least it would make sense, this kind of plot point. But the problem is you made it so that it's someone she always was on like opposing sides for. Someone who she always kind of hated. And then if it's found out that he's even actively worse than she initially thought and is just, evil. And it's made very clear that he's beyond saving. He was going to sacrifice her to hell, knowing that she wouldn't go to heaven and everything. It's like, she has absolutely no reason to, like, go into darkness about this. There's nothing about that makes any sense. Like, again, if she had killed someone who she actually cared about, like if she had had to kill her mother, then the descent into darkness kind of plot line would make sense. Because it's something to where it's like, oh, it mattered to her. It was a big deal for her to kill her mother because that was someone she cared about. It would negatively affect her. But this is someone who, again, there should be no difference to killing him for her than there would be for killing a vampire. And I'm not even talking like a big vampire. I'm talking like some random little grunt. There should be no difference because to her, there's really no difference between any random vampire that is out there and him. She didn't have that connection with him. So it's like, it just doesn't work as a plot point. They're trying to like make this entire kind of statement about like murder is bad, I guess. But it's like that just doesn't track with a series like this. It's just like, even if you want to say it's like, oh, it's not about necessarily murder is bad, but letting yourself being consumed by vengeance and the desire to take life and everything, that's more bad. But it's like, again, context matters here, and it just doesn't work in this scenario. I just have no reason to like buy into what's happening with her here. So I really hope that they either resolve or abandon this plot line, honestly, because it's honestly cringe. I hate to use that term. I really do. I don't like using the term because the term cringe is basically cringe in and of itself. It's such a stupid term that is used so stupidly. I know, very well spoken there, right? But you know what I mean. Um, but it is. This plot line is cringeworthy to me because it's built on an idea that just does not work within the context given. But moving on, apparently Sekhmet has another part of her soul in the spirit world, and that's what the ancestors, the spirits, have been trying to tell. Um, I had her name, Annette. I almost forgot her name again. I have no idea why her name escapes me so easily. But yeah, that's what the spirits have been trying to tell her, and now they're going to take that step, which is probably going to do something. I just don't know what. But the fact that Elizabeth does have the heart now, the mummy of Sekhmet and the heart within it, it's like that's already a big problem. So even if 1/3 of the soul is destroyed, that's only 1/3. Like Elizabeth's still going to be unbelievably powerful, right? Um, Olrox is leaving and might not be seen again for the rest of the season. So that's a thing that's happening. Like I said, unless he does come back and ends up helping at the last minute because he realizes he can't leave after all. Um, which is possible, but I don't know if I fully see that happening. Alucard has appealed to Robespierre in order to, get allies to fight the vampire armies, but Elizabeth is appealing to the average citizens. And because they don't want to die, they're basically being entirely subservient to her. And it's very clear it's because they're afraid of her. They're insanely terrified of her, which, fair. But yeah, interestingly enough, Elizabeth didn't really seem to have much of a reaction to the abbot being dead. She didn't seem to care. I guess it just didn't really matter in the end. So okay, I mean he didn't really matter in the end. So fair. Um, something I feel like I haven't really talked about is like is Juiced's personality switch from season one. It's something that I really felt like I was noticing in this when he was like trying to talk down Maria and everything. Like in season one, Juiced was very not just reserved, but almost dismissive of people, it seemed. And it's like I know he like came back into the fold and everything after what had happened and after like meeting with Richter and all. But I feel like his personality became a lot softer in this season, almost out of nowhere. Like it really aggressively softened to a point where it feels he feels like a different character almost. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's just it feels weirdly off. It almost feels like they skipped a few episodes of character development or something and just went into where he was already different. Maybe that's just me though. Um, Mizrak has some death flags on him. Either he's gonna die or Orox will come back and save him. I feel like I feel like those are the two options for Mizrak right now. But yeah, I really feel like this is really trying to paint certain plot lines in a very specific way without us like truly getting the chance to um experience it naturally, I guess is a way to put it. I just feel like they could have done things a little bit better this season. Like, there's a lot that I really like. There's a lot of, like, the backstory stuff that's great. I really enjoy the action and whatnot. Alucard getting to take on a role again and everything. But there's a lot of the plot lines, a lot of the plot points that I feel like they just didn't have enough time to flesh out as well as they really needed to. And because of it, some of them suffer a bit to me. Um, and some of them suffer in ways that make the entire plot line kind of not work, in my opinion. But who knows? We have like 3 episodes left, so we should hopefully work on that a little bit. Maybe these last 3 episodes will help with that. But right now, I liked season 1 a little better. But again, we have 3 episodes to change my mind, so hopefully it does. We'll see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.